So this is the Ruggiero di Lauria. Engineer Ferdinando Casone introduced the concept of a battlecruiser equipped with 8 457mm guns and a speed of 35 to 40 knots. Largest ship ever designed for the Italian Navy. To reduce the overall length, it was suggested to place the boilers above the engines in a 2-tier propulsion unit, and besides this, she had unique anti-torpedo protection planned. Any detonation was meant to be directed to the overboard expansion chamber, from where the gases would be discharged through special channels. Project was ahead of its time and never implemented. Okay, Ruggiero di Lauria. Let me just quickly put on some modules. Yeah, I'm going to quickly put on some modules, and then we'll start with the armor. Aiming systems. What a shift time of 17 seconds. My goodness. 1000 meter turning circle. Okay, that needs a little bit of assistance. Even 13.6 is pretty rough. Concealment. I think I'll just put a normal battleship build. Rotation time is 34.5 base. It's actually not too bad. Base speed 35. So if we go something like, we'll go full tank and brisk, just to keep it simple. No, I can't play it on stream for you guys, of course, because it is still NDA, but we'll have a look. This is all 130, foredeck, fore end plating. Stern is the same, 32 upper and lower, but the deck is in different sections. This is 120mm deck armor. Wow, I don't think I've seen deck armor like this before. 120mm deck armor. Here we have sections of 170. Small, albeit small, but yes, still 170mm deck armor. Here all 120. This is 150 casemate. This small section is 50. Central plating is incredibly strong. Belt armor 350. This upper casemate is 150. And this frontal section of deck plating is 32mm. This is exceptionally well armored. This central area and rear area, exceptionally well armored. This is very nice armor. 457. Let's look at internal. The actual citadel itself. Oh, it is submerged for the most part. There's a little raised section here, but I mean, this is going to be virtually impossible to get at. 350mm. The surface is 38. So if we look at this section, it's not letting me zoom in correctly on this center section. It's sloped internal plating. You can see it here clearer from the front. This raised section of citadel in the middle, it's protected by sloped armor. But this is a very well armored battleship. So very, very well armored. Survivability, 79,200 hit points. Torpedo protection damage reduction of 39%. It gets 5 repair parties. Yeah, pretty decent torp protection, 39%. Hit points a little bit low, but considering the armor is outstanding. From what I can see just here in the armor viewer, armor very impressive. Artillery, 4 twin-mounted 457s. Reload is 26.4 seconds. And these fire sap and armor piercing. Now look at the damage values. Look at the damage values. The sap max damage is 16,600. 16,600. These sap shells can pen 114 millimeters of armor and have a shell speed of 757 meters per second. That's incredible damage for sap. 16,600. AP damage 14,900. Ever so slightly faster shell speed, 762. So 4 twin-mounted 457s, 2 fore, 2 aft, 457mm guns, 26.4 second reload. They can rotate 180 degrees in 34.5 seconds. With this build, they have a max dispersion of 195 meters and a firing range of 19.3 kilometers. Now you don't have any... Actually you do. You have a choice between spotter and fighter. So you can actually increase that range by 20%. So you can get the firing range basically out to just under 24 kilometers. 23 and a half, something like this. Sap damage 16,600, penning 114 millimeters of armor, 757 millimeter or meters per second shell speed, and AP is just under 15k at 14,900, with a slightly faster shell speed of 762. You get 16 of these secondary batteries. These fire also semi-armor piercing shells. But this is a SAP battleship for sure. 16 135s, reload time of 10.2 seconds. They can fire 8 kilometers in range. These SAP shells have a max damage of 3,050. They can pen 38 millimeters of armor and have a shell speed of 875 meters per second. It's kind of savage. Depth charge airstrike is decent. It's got 11 kilometers in range. 2 available flights, 1 aircraft, dropping 2 bombs with a max damage of 4,900. So 30-second reload on the airstrike, 2 flights, 2 bombs per aircraft, max damage of 4,900. I don't know if it's Sirisin. I don't know if it's going to be steel. This just a pure guess on my part. It's purely a guess. AA defense, 20 sextuple 20mm guns. So 120 of these 20mm. So a lot of AA guns. Yet the AA rating is only 74. 10 twin mounted 37mm. 20 of these in total. 6 quad mounted 37mm. So another 24 of these in total. And the secondary battery are dual purpose. These 135s. Dual purpose, 8 twin mounted 135s. Now let's see. The continuous average damage is 371. The majority of this is medium range. The damage by medium range AA is 412. Short range damage 265. Long range 74. So it's all medium range, which is the vast majority is short and medium. So up to 3.5 kilometers. The max firing range is 4.6. So the firing range is quite poor. 4.6 only. Four shell explosions. 1617 max damage. Priority sector reinforcement is 35%. And again, max firing range is just 4.6. Okay, so we do have a speed flag on. We look at the speed. I am running a build with Brisk. This will give an extra 10% when the ship is undetected. So with a speed flag, speed is 36.8 knots. Turning circle radius of 1,000 meters. And a rudder ship time of 13.6 seconds. And the concealment is 12.3 kilometers. 12.3 kilometers, which is actually not that bad. I can see obvious weaknesses now to aircraft, but with this armor, can AP bombs pen 120mm of deck armor? I don't think so. I don't think AP bombs can pen this. HE is going to be shattering everywhere. This is incredibly solid. I don't think there is another battleship in the game with this much deck armor. At least this rear section. This whole rear and mid section is incredibly well armored. So this is the Ruggiero di Lauria. Am I pronouncing this correctly? Ruggiero di Lauria. Very, very well armored Italian battleship. Looks quite nice. This is the hallmark of a premium ship. You can see the ship's name emblazoned on the rear plating. Ruggiero di Lauria. Yeah, nice looking ship. Nice looking ship. The new king of the Italian Navy, potentially. Massive 457mm semi-armor piercing guns, and the same with the secondaries. All secondary battery, all firing semi-armor piercing. Very, very high damage output from the semi-armor piercing. Very high damage, 16,600. I'd like to thank you once again all for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more. Take a moment to check out some of my most recent videos and leave a comment below. And until the next time, keep sealing it like you stole it.